The penultimate round of FIA Formula 2 is here. Welcome to Miami, where it is time to begin what will be a very exciting weekend. And it's going to be a deciding weekend in the Constructors' Championship as well, which has absolutely exploded. Hasn't got much attention by a lot of people, but it's absolutely exploded, and I'm sure it definitely will be getting all the attention in the remaining 4 races of the season. We start with qualifying today, where we qualify for the 2 that are coming up tomorrow and on Sunday as well. It is an extraordinary racetrack, and it is a circuit where there is plenty of overtaking opportunities as well. Turn number 1 being a big opportunity. We can see dive bombs, we can see cars going around the outside, we can see cars getting forced wide. We get all sorts at turn number 1, as you do at most circuits. Actions can also continue down the back straight and into a hard braking zone. Outside line to inside line is definitely possible. The last braking zone on the circuit, well, we could be seeing some late lunges, hopefully, on the last lap. That is exactly what we are going to hope for, and hopefully what we are going to be delivered with by the drivers. Well, it is time to take you to live pictures around this extraordinary circuit, and we cannot wait to get this weekend underway for you. Now, a few things. We first of all had a delay of 2 minutes to the session getting underway, so we've had that go on. So the session was delayed momentarily, and due to that, we now find ourselves with now starting about 2 minutes late, so we'll end about 2 minutes late at the same time. We don't have the proper usual countdown for you, so that's something that has changed massively. We don't have the usual countdown for this session, as the race system seems like doesn't want to work today. So hopefully that will be fixed. Well, it will be fixed. It will need to be fixed by tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have everything in front of you tomorrow. So what we've done is we've put 30 minutes worth of seconds, 1,800 seconds, on the top. So that will be our indication of how long there is to go in the session. So that's how we're going to do that. The main thing is we have our timing page, as well as you can see right now on your screen, and that is the main important thing. If we didn't have that, then there would be a huge problem. So great to have that with us, and we wouldn't be able to go qualifying without that critical timing page as well. Now I can see on the screen, stream that we're momentarily stuck on this specific timing screen of watching PAL with a 1 minute 52.070 when there is action going on the circuit. So we'll try to take you to that in a minute's time, hopefully. That will definitely be our hope, that we can get you back to live pictures as soon as possible. But it is just the normal weekend stuff that we kick off with. There we go. I think we've managed to get our systems back up and running. Perfect. Just like that. Everything back and running for this amazing championship. And here is our champion of this season. He's currently in second place. He, however, is not your most recent race winner. We're not going to be seeing our most recent race winner this weekend, however. That's something that's going to happen. We're not going to be seeing Harrison, unfortunately, as he is away. And you won't be getting him in F1 till further notice as well. So that's what's going on with Sir Harrison McLaren. You'll be getting your F2 champion, though, Jaden. You'll also be getting the team that are leading the Constructors' Championship as well. But right now, you've got Pal, who is just off the road, as I believe he has dinner. So, we've got Pal waiting over here with Jaden continuing to trundle around this venue. as he tries to claim pole position. Well, I'm going to be honest, it's not going to be a very exciting session by the looks of things. If all we're going to have is one car out there on the circuit for the majority of it. And then I believe we will get Note, who will join us at some point as well, near the end. So that will be exciting stuff there as well. As Jaden, well, makes his way through. Pal parking it in a good, safe spot there. Now, we've not got much going on the circuit. I can see that there is a clear, slight issue with the stream. More than slight. As it looks like OBS is picturing it. And it's making one slide be, well, one image be apparent on for about 30 to 1 minute even, as you can see. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to quickly put it back on intro. I'll continue talking. I'm going to as well. We've got the time, however. We've absolutely got the time to do so. As Jin comes into the pit lane, we're going to make sure that audio is fully back and fully working once again. So that's a situation where we're just waiting to see everything unfold. So we've got Jaden down in the pit lane. He's just standing by and waiting. In the meantime, you've got Jaden who's waving to the crowd. All sorts of fun stuff happening down the main straight as well. Okay, well, the stream's going to disconnect for about a second, and then it should be back any moment, hopefully, in a few moments. Okay, that should be us now, hopefully permanently back, as we take a look at Jaden making his way round the circuit. But yeah, a bit of a quiet start with Pal, who is off the road, of course, just getting dinner. So he's only set at 1 minute 52.070, which is not representative at all, because you've got Jaden with a 1 minute 35.052. So, of course, not a proper lap time on the board at all. So that's what's going on with that. As you can now see, we do have ourselves back with proper pictures, with proper everything, really. With everything, hopefully, working. We should get a note, hopefully, by the end of the session as well. But you've got Jaden, who's currently the topper. But, welcome in to the qualifying session to Logo, who, well, was cruelly denied in Chicago a little while back as well. And he definitely deserves to get to the top step of a Formula 2 podium. He definitely deserves to get the 2 points for pole as well. And I think also, momentarily, I think it would be a good idea to momentarily come to commentators cam. So you join us now up here in the commentary box. Commentary box number 74 this weekend we are in. Me and Jaden both trackside, who you will hear, of course, on the Formula 1 coverage. Now, reason I brought you trackside, we do have some things to show you up here. I thought I'd quickly show you some of my notes that I've got here. I know it's not the most clear right now on the stream, but you've got Jaden, of course, as you can see, with 13 wins. But I want to go over to Logo. 0 wins, 4 podiums, 0 poles. That's what he's going to try and get today. Let's see if he can get a pole position. Pal, also another driver with no poles. Note, another driver with no poles. So we could be getting a first-time pole sitter if it does all go pretty wild, but we'll see. We'll see. A reminder, by the way, if you are just joining us, as I know we had a few technical difficulties, meaning some people might just be jumping in now. We found ourselves coming into this game, and there wasn't a race system in front of us, meaning that we've had to get a timer on the board. Of course, it'll be fixed for tomorrow when we have the racing, but it's fine for qualifying. It does the job. You can see, well, when we're getting near to the end of the session. So you've got that going on. So that's what we've got for you for qualifying, and then hopefully for the race it'll be back to normal. It's into the barrier. Into the barrier goes Logo. I was a bit too quick though. I had another thing to show you. So you of course got Jaden Harrison. You can see note ahead of Pal. That could be a tasty battle near the end of this championship in the drivers. But the most interesting thing in Formula 2 right now is going to be, if you look to the constructors, Trident 28 ahead of ART, who are 3 points ahead of Prima. It is a three-way title fight. ART and Prima have the hard task of having one driver this weekend. And, well, for ART's case, all weekends. Trident have got both. Not in this session right now, though. So that's what's going on with that. So you're going to have a really, really interesting battle in the constructors, and that will definitely be getting a lot of our attention in the remaining races and sessions as well. So we'll be mentioning and talking about that quite a bit. As it's really gone, well, of course, mostly, especially in Formula 2, we don't always put the attention on the teams. In real life, of course, it is all about those drivers trying to get up to Formula 1. All of these drivers are already in Formula 1. So a bit of a different task on hand here. Trying to prove yourself in equal machinery. And yeah, that is exactly what these drivers all do. Now, let's take a look at the logo. Jaden's going quickest of all in the first sector. So that was last time around. Or on this lap, I should say. Where he is absolutely flying as he makes his way through. And hopefully we're also at the same time going to see Logo be able to contend. We've not got Harrison, of course. We've not got Harrison, meaning that that is one of Jaden's main rivals, or the driver who's contended with Jaden for the majority of this season, who's going to not be a contender. Jaden's absolutely flying on this lap. Fastest to the first, fastest to the second. And we're about to add it all up in a few moments' time as he heads his way down to the last braking zone on this circuit. And once you leave this last braking zone, it is foot to the floor all the way up until the line. And when he comes over the line, he's going to see whether it is purple, purple, and also purple. Over the line we go. And it is all three purple sectors for him to a 1 minute 33.877. Logo, meanwhile, is off the road. He's off the road at the first. I don't think he was just letting Jaden through there. Or he must have been starting a lap and made his own mistake maybe as well. So we'll see. Logo's set a 1 minute 38.246. We're still yet to see Pal and Note. So don't... Well, hopefully Note. We're going to... Pal's out there on the circuit now. Hopefully Note, though. Hopefully Note, if you can join near the end of this session. He said, I'm gonna be late. Like about 15 minutes. Well, this session's... It's been 17 minutes since the session was supposed to get underway. We started 2 minutes late, so 15 minutes. About 15 minutes of running, really. We've had. As it started at 02. So... Yeah, we'll hopefully be seeing him any second. But every time that he loses is going to be critical in terms of getting used to the circuit. Or you'll be straight into race conditions tomorrow, not knowing what to do with these Formula 2 cars around this venue. Tomorrow also, you can catch Formula 1's qualifying session. That will be on after us. And after that, you can catch something else. We've got football going on this weekend. We'll be getting all the F1, F2 drivers. Same people. But we'll be getting them out there, seeing how they get on the pitch, on the Hard Rock Stadium, which we're about to go past now. Wait for it, wait for it. There it is. Up there. Right up there. It's near our commentary box, actually. It's near our commentary box. So that is something. And we see a moment. We see a moment for Pal. Down at the first turn, that is. But yes, a reminder to everyone that we've not got the normal time countdown for this session. It should be back for tomorrow, F1, and also the races for Formula 2 as well. But yeah, we came into this. We don't want to really delay the session as much crazily. We have a solution. Timing board's working. Timing board's updated. That's all we need. So we've got a countdown at the top in terms of seconds of what would be 30 minutes usually. So we've got that going on. Battle for second place is going to be still fun, even if Jaden dominates, which right now he's got a big advantage. as the allegations, let's say, continue for whether the Jayden is driving legally as well. Those allegations continue. He continues to turn it down. So we'll see. We will definitely see, but there was some testing, of course, to declare stuff last week in Formula 1. So I'm sure there will be in Formula 2. Even if it's something like car handling's better. And maybe he knew. Because, of course, remember, this is the single greatest one-make championship on the planet. It's a one-make championship. Let me just make it clear. The car design is the same. Liveries are the same. So whoever, of course, would have created this model back then would have made... should be all equal, but we know sometimes how it's not how it works. In these cars, we know avatars play a massive difference. Avatars could be the issue as well. Another thing that's an issue can usually be possibly handling if a certain car handles better. And Jayden, who has experience of these F2 cars for a long time, basically, I know he's done 3 seasons in F2. The first season wasn't part of this league, but it was the same cars, so we're gonna kind of include it in. Because he has that bit of experience, so he may have studied, and he may know which car is good, which car is not, as well. So that could also be something. But let's see him come over the line. We'll wait for proper evidence and all sorts to come when it does arrive. But yeah, we'll watch Pal as he's improving through the first sector. Jayden, improvement, Purple in the second and third sector, but not an improvement overall on the lap. As we take a look at the British driver, F1 winner from last time out, let me just add, and also Formula 1 champion. Some of these drivers coming here as well to try complete all of PRL. That's what Sir Harrison McLaren's aiming for. This is one of the last things he has to do to complete PRL. So if he can win this title, he's really got it all. And while of course it doesn't mean as much as winning Formula 1 as it of course shouldn't. Formula 1 is the pinnacle at the end of the day. Anyone who drives in this championship, anyone who drives a go-kart dreams to be in Formula 1. But winning this championship, I guess it's nice to complete the entirety of PRL. And plus also win an equal car championship as well. Which next season it will also be equal. I don't know about the handling and all sorts, because I think earlier this season we had a bit of drama with the 2010 cars, not also the handling being better. So I do plan on putting the cars out there for the drivers to quickly test. For anyone who hasn't, for any drivers who haven't decided where they're going next season, we do have a new system as well for contracts, meaning that people can't just back out easily, can't just do all of that. Of course, different story if they're taking, I'd say different story if they're taking a break overall from PRL. If they're taking a break overall, then it makes sense. They're not driving anywhere, they're not trying to take an advantage or any of that. But in terms of moving teams and stuff like that, we've got a locked in system, so we don't have any of the drama of someone's part of McLaren and Alfa Romeo aren't aware or something like that. That was one of the situations that was happening earlier. With this, everything is written on paper. If it's not there, it's not true. That's how it works with that. Logo not able to move to McLaren, but I mean, he's doing well in Alfa Romeo with those updates, meaning that McLaren also have got a response and got their updates, which Jayden will talk you more through in Formula 1 later on. What we're going to talk you through right now, though, is lap times, because purple, green, that's your 3 drivers who have a lap time on the board, and what they're being able to do. Powell is going to be the first one to come across the line. What lap time can he find? He's ahead of Logo at the moment. Can he get himself closer to Jayden? Over the line we go. 1 minute 37.131. That's still far off. That is still far off. Can Logo respond? Notes will also be a contender as well. Okay. Let's just see as Logo comes over the line in a moment. He is massively down in the second sector. A few seconds down, actually, in the second sector. So he'll start another lap. It's Jayden who's P1 with a 1 minute 33.154. He improved his time last time around. Let's hear from him now. Interesting to hear from the Polish driver. And now we look to the British driver, who is in second place. He's got his teammate now in the session. Let's hear from Pal.
It's impossible to compete with this guy in the lead. Hacking all the time, but it's impossible. We've known this since season 1. I mean, he'll say it's hate. He'll say it's hate. When you're pushing on the limit, you're only being able to set 37 and then die. I actually might wait and see what his lines are.
So, drama continues. Drama continues now in this championship as well. Yeah. So I think there will definitely need to be some sort of test. Houghton does have their final session later on today. So I'll definitely be there. I've been there for the entirety of Houghton, so I think it makes sense for me to be there. Jaden's been there for most of it as well. Pal also was a part of Bayshore before it. Harrison won't be able to unfortunately join. But yeah, we are all gonna go Houghton, but I think at some point later on today or tomorrow, we will need to have some sort of test in terms of these F2 cars and understanding all sorts. To understand if it's with cars, or if it's with, or if it turns out it's somehow or if it's with Jaden himself, which I think is the more likely option, unless someone purposely made ART and Prima handling better or something. Scripts are the same, so it can only be car handling or some other aspects, tires. I mean, it's all up for discussion. All up for discussion. So yeah. Notes. I mean, hold on a minute. Notes has said he's not on our spectating thing, which is annoying. But Notes set a 1 minute 36.463, and that is one of his first few laps. So he's come out there, and he might be a contender with Jaden. That could be really good. If we do get that, someone contending with Jaden at the front of the field, as Note chases his first ever pole in this championship. Got so close in Germany a while back, but it was Jaden who denied him that day. Can Note do the opposite and take it away? Power's improving in the first sector as well. But yeah, now the annoying thing I find myself in is when drivers join late, they're not on my spectating menu, and I absolutely love to use that. So what we're going to quickly do is put it back on the thumbnail. We'll need to rejoin. So actually I can't rejoin now. I can't, because I noticed last time I rejoined the timer wasn't there anymore. So I'm not actually going to rejoin in that case. Well, that's annoying. That is annoying. We won't be able... Well, I'm going to have to use the other admin, but that's annoying now that I'm going to have to write... I can't even use that because the settings are still loading. Okay, we're just going to have to do it in chat then. There we go. Well, Note's definitely not got himself in my good books this weekend. I know Jaden uses this for Formula 1. But having everything on one thing is very easy. I can't even go on board with Note. That's the issue now. So, we don't have cameras available with Note. So I'm going to have to keep writing Note. Plus, you all can hear me actually typing, which is not the best thing. So, yeah, that's the negatives with everyone who joins late. It would usually be fine, but there's nothing I can do because we need to actually see what's going on at the top of screen. How much time do we have remaining in this session? First of all, I've got to be aware, so I can actually tell you. And even if I'm not aware, you will need to be able to see yourself. Note over the line. Now the thing is, I've still got PAL up here on the system, but I can tell that is not PAL. So yeah, it's apologies to anyone who's getting confused, because we've got PAL we've got PAL's name highlighted, but we're watching Note. But I just can't do anything with that. I literally cannot do anything, because Note joined late, so it's messed up the entire systems in terms of that. Off the road goes Logo. He'll continue on going, put his foot back down, and continue pushing around this venue. Pal looking good in the first and second sector. So yeah, to avoid any confusion, in case we switch from Pal to Note, Pal doesn't have a helmet on. He's got McLaren kit, and you can see the McLaren kit kind of on the outside as well, as it all doesn't fit in the car. Out of the final corner though, What can Pal do with this lap? It was an extraordinary first and second sector by him. So far in this session, has he been able to keep it up in the third sector over the line? Oh, he improves. He improves his time, but still in third. He couldn't get to second, but he has put himself in contention. 136.463. For note, 136.487. It's game on for second places. Well, yeah, that's the only thing that they'll fight for. Logo, Note, Pal, they'll all continue fighting for that. While Jaden just brings it around the circuit. He's driving for fun at this stage. I mean, he's got the championship wrapped up. Now he's going to try do the team's championship. But yeah, even if Jaden does dominate the rest of this season, I think it's still going to be hard. If Tridents are getting second and third, they're still gaining points. So Jaden's got to do something. Jaden has basically got to do something unbelievable. So Jaden has to do something unbelievable still if he wants to win this. With Tridents getting second, third, even third, fourth. Like, if Tridents are scoring points most of the time, they're safe, they're fine. They've still got a 28-point advantage. So, if they can keep doing that, then they're going to be good. Trident. So, it won't all be a boring end. Even if Jaden's dominating, remember, Trident have 2 cars, so they still have that little advantage, even as the drama continues to go on. But yeah. I do have a feeling that I want to get this cheating or hacking dilemma sorted, because there is a possible chance that, you know, maybe maybe it is a disqualification, maybe it's a points deduction, who knows. But if I do find out that there's been some cheating going on, then most likely my decision is going to start with a D. Quite simple. Cheating over a season does not work, especially over an entire season like that. So that is exactly what would happen if that was found out. And then I do want to know before we head to Monaco, because I mean, we need to know, because we may have a different champion being fought for. So I think this weekend 100%. I've now, in this session, in this commentary right now, I've absolutely put it down that we're sorting it out this weekend and we're figuring this out. We need to know what's going on. It's also helpful for the constructors. We're enjoying a Constructors' Championship battle. But if it's all going to be for nothing, then no point any of that happening. So, yeah, we're not going to just sit around and wait for the season to be over, or for us to do anything else in this championship. Jaden's going quickest of all in the second sector. Even in F1 last week, Jaden set, what was it, a 55-second lap time in Mexico? In, what was it, in Pal's car last about. So, yeah. It does look like he's quick in whatever it is, so I doubt it's with the F2 car maybe, but who knows. Might be with him, something. But yeah, that's the hard thing to figure out. Okay, well anyway, over the line we go. We're running out of time in this session, and he goes into the 32s. A 1 minute 32.545 for the ART driver, who now extends his advantage to the front as they will continue battling for that position. Well, Jaden, we still have time on the clock. 180 seconds still remaining on the clock, so everyone still has time to improve. So, let's hear from Pal.
The session's over now, so
See, I don't know how that's worked out. We've had the session, which we've still got drivers pushing on out there, but the system's definitely had a little mess up by the looks of things. It started at 02, it's ended, it should have ended a minute ago. We've still got time on the clock, however, that is currently going. So we'll see this lap over the line with logo, but I doubt it will count at that stage if we do find ourselves looking back. So out of the final corner, oh, he's into the barrier anyway. He's into the barrier anyway. It was an improvement in the first and second sector. He left it all for the end. He'll come into the pit lane, and that'll be it for him. And ignore whatever the clock says at the top. We can now confirm that it is Jaden who's taken pole position for the feature race that will take place on Sunday. So it's Jaden on pole for the feature on Sunday. Logan will be reverse grid pole for the sprint tomorrow. And that is Formula 2 qualifying. That has come to a close. Unexpectedly, we thought we had more time on the clock, as of course you can see it's still going. But in reality that was not the case as well. So, I'm going to stay in my commentary box, but I am however going to send the camera down there to hopefully speak with the top 3 on the grid. Or not on the grid, but in the pit lane as well, and we'll see who gets to stand on that podium come tomorrow. But yeah, there is a lot of work to be done in the off sessions now for Formula 2 to work out what is actually going on with this current drama that we find ourselves in. So it's Jaden, Note, and Pal. So Pal will start second tomorrow. We know how he can be with his race start. So let's hear from him now in terms of whether he'll be able to provide some of that tomorrow. So Pal, well, I think you made your thoughts very clear on the radio in terms of the situation with Jaden. I think you'll definitely be a part of some of the investigations that will go on, as you seem to have a good idea of what might be happening. So, impossible to contend maybe for first, but you and Note, it was close between you two.
Well, yeah, I'm not mad. You gotta relax yourself. I'm not willing to have this shit. Sometimes we've got sore losers like this who dominate those 4 seconds because they have to ruin the fun. Luckily, he's not here for next season, so well, we're gonna have a fun season.
Yeah, next season.
I mean, between me and Note, we've had these situations many times. Me and Logo in China, obviously Miami, now any track. You know, situations I'm used to. Today wasn't the result I wanted, but I don't know, I'll still take top 3, at least not last.
Okay, interesting to hear. So, quickly, to continue on a bit of the Jaden stuff. So, what would you expect comes out of the investigations, and what is your prediction as well before we head into it at some point?
I'll check all the files and also check the deleted files. You know, because, well, we know JD can just delete them and re-add them later on.
Yep.
No, he's failed these checks many other times. In Germany, in season 5, he failed this check. Russia, season 1, he failed this check. So, wouldn't be surprised if he's done it again. And if it was, he wouldn't be racing ever again. That's a fact. If he is found guilty. I said it before. I said if you cheat, you're not in the league.
Yep. Works quite simple like that. As I mentioned, straight disqualified from this championship, straight disqualified as well, and also not racing again, as you can check any F1 24 leagues or any leagues when there's grip packs used. It is a straight ban, no other way about it, and you're not allowed back in the community. So I think it's a good way forward going with that approach. But looking ahead to your race tomorrow, you'll start second. What do you think you're going to be able to do from there with Logo alongside?
Well, whichever is inside or outside, I think it's inside, which is quite painful actually because of the wall on the inside, which you can't see. So, wow. I've got to get the most mightiest stuff launches, which I know I can do, but at the same time, am I gonna do it? You know? I hate the F2 car starts. I like the F1 car starts. But yeah, I mean, triumphant, kill triumphant. Our goal, stop Jaden. That's our goal. I think that's the whole league's goal. Stop this guy. If we can win for the final 4 rounds, we'll do that. I want to win this constructors. This is something, but yeah, what I want to do.
Okay, brilliant to hear from you, pal. We'll hopefully get more words when we have the investigation as well, and there definitely will be. Well, we'll immediately be going live if there is any major news, because it definitely does affect a lot. So it'll be major straight live stuff if that is the case. But yeah, we'll first of all start it off privately, then, if needed, we will definitely go live and make it public. Okay, let's hear from the driver. We'll start second for the feature race. Note, well, well done, second place. You did it basically nearly immediately. You got that lap, which is definitely good to see. You've got second. You'll be on the front row alongside Jaden. First of all, let's get the, I guess, negative and not about you stuff out of the way. What have you heard about all of this Jaden allegations and all of that going on in terms of Formula 2? And do you have any personal thoughts on it?
It's not really my opinion to get a part of this, but wait. I think he's gonna be caught. I can't speak. He's gonna be caught out for it. Yeah. And wait, what position am I? What does it say?
Second.
Oh, so reverse grid. I'll start third. Is that right? Sorry, I'm really tired.
Yeah, you'll be starting alongside Jaden at the back.
My personal opinion, Jaden probably quite guilty, as Pal said. I was in seasons before, and it seems like he has a pretty good past with cheating. So I believe it will happen again. But he'll find some way to sliver out of it.
Okay, well, now on to you. You, of course, will start second on the front row with Jaden on the feature race. You'll start third tomorrow. How do you think you're going to be able to get on in both races?
I think we'll be alright, to be fair. But my only struggle is getting up in time for the race and readying myself, really.
Well, I mean, it has been moved to 10. You do wake up for school pretty early. I think you can wake up for something you enjoy as well, a little bit late. But yeah, hopefully we do see you. Hopefully you are able to be awake, whether it's through an alarm or whatever it is. But yeah, best of luck. And, well, you'll definitely also be a part of some of the investigations because, I mean, you were Jaden's, I guess, with how everyone said it, you were basically Jaden's title rival at some point in this championship. And really, anyone who's driven an F2 car this season does have a right to be part of this investigation. Let me just add, because they've had to be competing with it, especially you. You were his title rival. You were the driver who got the closest. You are the driver that could win this title had he not been here. So yeah, you definitely will be a big part of it. Thank you very much. Good luck in the two races. Now, we are going to speak to Jaden. First of all, Jaden, we, of course, have no word. We'll get to your thoughts about this cheating and all of that in a second. But I just want to quickly get out of the way. I guess the less interesting thing for everyone in this session. Another poll. You've taken poll once again. How does it feel?
Yes, indeed. Hope I get another poll, honest poll, obviously my last race for F2. So yeah, hopefully I do get a good qualifying session. So I get more polls.
Okay. So can you tell us a little bit then about the two races that are coming up this weekend?
Yeah, I'm quite confident. I've got pace around the side here, but it would be quite hard to overtake. Obviously, the back straight is a good opportunity to try from, and also the last corner is also a good overtake opportunity. But the rest of the track is a good opportunity. However, I will be able to make overtake.
Okay then. Well, we hope. Well, you were a part of Bayshore, and well, near the end of Bayshore, you've basically been in Houghton for all of it, with a few breaks in between. So I don't want to waste too much of your time and my time because we're both trying to get over to Houghton's final ever session. Getting on to people like Brandon for the final time, all of that's coming up. So that will be lots of fun in a few minutes. I don't want to waste too much of your time, but could we just quickly get a word then? I think with how the interviews have been, how the radio was, how everything now is this weekend, we need to get a word on the allegations. What is going on? So from your side, I just need all of the information, whatever you have to say. Basically, you can say it right now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's nothing to do with me. I can confirm that for you. It's nothing to do with me. I can go through all the files and stuff. Nothing to do with me. As probably you heard in commentary, or me did say that someone might have made cars faster when they
made the model and stuff, so maybe it's that case, and I haven't realized. I've always used the ART car quite a while. So if it is that, then I haven't realized. Um, yeah, I don't know. Just gonna have to check it out. Maybe I don't.
Okay, well, yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much. We'll get more words, and I think you'll definitely be a part of some of the investigations and all of that. That will go on. Well, best of luck. Enjoy the final ever Houghton session, and we'll see you tomorrow. That's what we're going to go do now as well. We're going to leave it right there. I've got to get over to Houghton. I've been a part of Houghton as well for the entire duration. So I also want to enjoy one final session there as well. So that's why we're going to take the leave. Enjoy Formula 1 qualifying early tomorrow morning in real life at Las Vegas, with possibly Mercedes looking good. Not possibly, they are looking good. Red Bull looking in the mud, but I'll let Alex, Jakes and all of those amazing commentators do the describing on that. We'll be back tomorrow for Formula 2, and then followed by F1 qualifying, then followed by a bit of football as well, and probably somewhere in between an investigation. It's all going to happen on Saturday. Join us when we go sprinting for Formula 2.